I had to make this video 50 times and every single time I'm not happy with it. So this is the final attempt. The 5 things you need in a gym bag for maximum gains. Cool, let's begin. So look, you don't actually need these things. Oh wow, look at me, I just clickbaited you, I know. I pulled the oldest trick in the book. I reeled you in telling you need these things, and within the first 30 seconds I'm telling you don't need them. Look, these things aren't gonna train hard for you, right? Training hard, eating well, getting enough sleep, getting enough water, they're not gonna do those things for you. And we all know those are the cornerstones of getting jacked. But these 5 things help. Think of these things like protein powder. Protein powder isn't essential in one's diet, but it helps. So with that out the way, let's begin, right? So the first thing I highly recommend is a big water bottle, a 2 litre one. Me personally, I don't recommend a regular one like this, you know, like a 500 ml one, simply because you're gonna need to fill it up many times during the day just to get enough water in. The biggest pro of this is that it's 2 litres, meaning you only fill it up twice a day. Once in the morning and once around 4 p.m. and you get plenty of water in. You're not gonna have to be going downstairs every 2 seconds to fill it up. Or even worse, do you guys remember the advice we're told about, oh, just drink a glass of water every single hour or 8 glasses of water a day? I think that is the most unsustainable and the worst advice ever, because we're busy, bro, we're busy. We're up in our rooms, we're doing X, Y, and Z. You know, there's so many distractions that no one's gonna be bothered to go downstairs and fill up 1 glass of water 8 times during the day. So by having this, not only does it serve as a reminder for us to drink water, because it's always in our face, you know, it's here on my desk, or it's in my gym bag, or it's right next to me, next to the squat rack as I'm doing my squats. Not only is that a reminder, but it has a lot of water. So it's not like I'm gonna finish it in 2 gulps, although certain hack squat sets that does happen, especially on those sets where my demons come out to play and I really recruit the dark days. I know you can finish this in like 1-2 hour leg session, but that's besides the point. This honestly revolutionized my hydration, because I haven't seen a single day where my piss is dark yellow. My piss is white, I'm healthy, I'm hydrated, and you don't need a YouTube video or a study to tell you that staying hydrated will increase your performance in the gym. You know it, right? You know it. You've had them days when you're dehydrated, you go in and everything feels like trash. You're not able to squat 1,000 kilos like you usually can, your gym crush isn't impressed, you don't get her number, you go home depressed, upset, you load up the hub and you end up going to a bad habit. So don't let that happen. Stay hydrated. Number 2, lifting straps. Now what lifting straps do is they stop the bar from rolling out of your hands, because they connect your wrist to whatever medium you're using, whether it's a bar, dumbbell, machine, so that when you pull, you know, your whole wrist unit and the bar is one, so that's not slipping out your hand. I know that's a terrible example, oh my bad, definition, but when you guys just watch these clips, you get what I mean, right? The reason I highly recommend lifting straps, and I always get corned for this, people always say, oh, you're such a bitch, just don't use lifting straps, you know, improve your grip strength. Let me tell you why. After a certain point in your career, and that point is gonna come very, very soon, your back is gonna be significantly stronger than your grip strength. And if you're limiting the amount of weight your back can move by your grip strength, how the hell are you gonna make progress? How are you gonna get that upside down Dorito? How are you gonna get all those compliments when people tell you, bro, you're looking fucking huge, your upper back is mountainous, it's literally gripping your t-shirt? You're not gonna make progress, because every single back exercise you do is limited by your grip strength. Your arms start giving out, your forearms start giving out, you drop the dumbbell and you think, damn, my back still had another 12 reps in it, and I just ended the set that early. Always wear straps so you can take your back close to failure and train it with intent. Now, number 2, wrist wraps. We're gonna fire this one off real quick. They provide stability and compression to prevent hyperextension of the wrist. So when you're dumbbell pressing and you get to the top, you get to the lockout, the worst thing that can happen is for your wrist to just give and go scoot, and the dumbbell come crashing down on your face, and now your whole face is bleeding and everyone's laughing at you in the gym, you feel like a punk and you run out crying. You don't want that to happen. Wrist straps provide that extra compression and they alleviate any potential pain you might have in your wrist area. So I've always had weak wrists, hence why I don't arm wrestle. But when I put the wraps on, it just alleviates and numbs some of that pain so that I'm able to take my presses and especially my curls, right? Any sort of bicep exercise I do, closer to failure with good technique. And that's the number 1 thing, right? Good technique is paramount for gains. If your technique's given, you're not making progress. Progressive overload isn't, forget progressive overload. If for you to get extra reps, you have to use sloppy technique, forget it. So technique is number 1, And wrist wraps just alleviate the pain and ensure good technique on our bicep movements, any sort of, forearm or wrist curling movements, and our heavy presses. They are fantastic. Number 4, weightlifting shoes. I've made 2 whole videos about them. You can find them on my channel, but I'll just give you the quick rundown of what weightlifting shoes do. They allow us to get deeper in the squat safely. And we all know that the deeper we go in the squat, the more muscle fiber we recruit. In simple terms, I'm gonna generalize some science here for you. Oh, shut up. The guy who half squats is only recruiting a very small portion of his muscle fibers in the quads, simply because the body is effective. That's not the right word. The body is efficient. The body isn't gonna use all its resources when it doesn't need to. So when you're half squatting, there's no need for your body to recruit all the muscle fibers in your quads. Instead, it will just recruit, a portion, a percentage of them. Whereas when you squat down to full depth, your body realizes, oh damn, we've got a fuck ton of range of motion here. We're going deep, we're coming out of the hole, we're doing it for a set of 10. We need to recruit all of the muscle fibers in the quads. We need to get as big of a team and as strong of an army as possible. So what that means for you is you're gonna make better gains, okay? I know that wasn't the most scientific of explanations, but I like to simplify things around here. The deeper you squat, safely that is, so no heels coming off the ground, no excessive lower back grounding, the more muscle fiber you're gonna recruit, the more muscle fiber you're gonna hypertrophy, and the bigger your legs are gonna be. And lastly, red bands. Red bands are so beautiful and so essential because number 1, corrective work. On your off days, if you take the red band and do pull-up parts and you do, I forgot what the exercise is called, but I'll put a little video on screen, it will solve any upper back tightness and rounded shoulder problems you may have. Growing up, I used to be an absolute gamer nerd. I spent so much time in front of my screen that when I started my lifting career, my shoulders were fucked. But as soon as I started doing this, it sorted out that problem. I now stand upright, my shoulders are back, my chest is out, I'm more manly, I'm not, that hunched over stinky nerd anymore. I've come a long way. And red bands are damn useful for it because the resistance of them isn't too much to where it's like a workout, but it's just enough resistance to correct all the issues you're facing. Number 2, they're beautiful for a warm-up. If you do high rep band work, such as 3 sets of 33 pushdowns, the connective tissue in your elbow will get such good treatment that it's gonna be roaring to go for your heavy lifts. You're gonna bring the blood flow, you're gonna warm up the connective tissue such as tendons and ligaments and of course the muscle, and it's gonna prime your joints, your muscles, and your mindset for some heavy lifting. Because we all know when we're not warmed up, our mind just isn't in it. Like imagine getting told to do a heavy set of 10 as soon as you roll out of bed. You're not doing it. You're not warmed up, you're not ready, you're not able to give your best performance. So by warming up adequately with the red bands that are damn cheap and convenient and easy to use, you're able to push as hard as you physically can in the gym. And that is exactly the mindset and intensity and intentions we need to get jacked. We need to train hard week after week after week, and we need to be serious about our training. The guys that just go in and, they don't warm up, they don't give a damn, they just grab any dumbbells, do any sort of reps, and if it feels light, they'll get the heavy ones. If it feels heavy, they'll get the light ones. They're not like us. They're not serious. They're not like you here on YouTube, trying to learn and soak up as much information as possible. So let's not follow in their footsteps and do the bad gym and training habits they do. Let's train properly, let's warm up properly, let's use our red bands and the water bottle and the lifting straps and the weightlifting shoes and everything else I mentioned in this video and make the best gains you can. Hence the title of this video, 5 things you need to maximize gains. Bro, if I'm on your screen right now, then I've kept your interest somehow. Thank you for watching this video, I appreciate you a lot. Please comment below anything you're struggling with. I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna see what the people need. I'm gonna see the solutions I can provide, and I shall catch you in the next one.